I don't think anyone can go very far in life without at some point thinking about, am I a success? What does a successful life look like? And I have spent a good part of my career studying it, trying to practice the principles of my own life and seeing the fruits and benefits of a life well lived, of a life lived with a success focus and certainly a proper understanding of what success is really all about. Last Sunday, I said that God has given us permission to be successful, that He wants that for us. He wants us to live our lives in a way that when we get to the end of our life, we look back and say, it was a good life. Along the way, all throughout our life, we have these moments of reflection and times when we can look and say, that I'm making a difference. My life is meaningful. My life has purpose. I am successful in what it is that I want to do with my life. But the question this morning is this: how would you know that? How would you know if your life is in fact a success? You have to have some type of plan. You have to have some type of direction in your life. In order to be successful, you have to know what that would look like for you, not for other people, not what our world may define success as this or that or the other. What does it look like for you? And the only way that I know how to do that, to be able to evaluate it and measure it, is to have some kind of plan. Here's what I know, and I know this well. If you don't have a plan, the urgent will overwhelm the important. That's worth hearing again. If you don't have a plan, then the urgent is going to overwhelm the important. And the important things in your life that are supposed to get done don't get done, because the urgent things cry out for attention, and that's where you end up putting your focus. If you just allow yourself, here's what your life will be. You'll constantly be putting out the fires. You'll constantly be responding to the loudest whines. That's what it is. Or you can have a plan and direction, and you can live your life on what's most important to you. Success is not an accident. It doesn't just happen. You don't just fall into it. You get there because you have a plan, because you followed a particular road, because you have a direction. And friends, I want to tell you something. Everyone can have a plan. And everyone can have a unique plan, as they should. I'm not here this morning to give you the plan for your life. I wouldn't do that. I want to share with you why you should have a plan and give you some pointers on how to develop your own plan so that you can go in the direction you feel you should go with your life, and hopefully led by God, and how you should live your life so that you can be a success, so that you can live life to its fullest, so that you can come to the end of your life and say, I'm fulfilled. I did what I set out to do. I wasn't perfect. Everything didn't go exactly my way, but in the end, I'm fulfilled. I'm at peace. In order to do that, the first thing you have to do is choose the right path. I'm going to say there are 4 paths in life, and you can take one of those 4 paths, but only one of them is the right choice. The first path is the path of a reactionary. People who live a reactionary life are always responding to events around them. They're always reacting to what happens. They never are on a path or a plan. They're always in sort of reaction mode. This is what you might call choosing by default. In other words, you really don't have a plan. So what happens is you fall back on the default, which is I'll just respond. I'll just respond to stuff. I'll just always be in a reactionary mode in my life, reacting to events as they happen. That kind of path will never lead you to fulfillment and success. A second kind of path is the path of conformity. Now, these are the kind of people who go with the crowd. They're always simply looking to just sort of, what is the view of the majority? What's everybody else doing? If everybody else is doing it, that's what I'll do. Here's what I can tell you, friends. Everybody's not being successful. Success is unfortunately a minority position. It is not the majority. The majority of people are not living out their God-given purpose. They are not experiencing life to the fullest. If you live your life with the majority, you're going to just conform to the crowd and go with them. What is that going to get you in the end? It won't get you to where you want to go. You end up being more concerned, with appearance, getting along. And the road less traveled is the road that leads to success for any person's life. A third path is the path of individuality. I'm an individual, I'm going to be independent. I'm not going to go with the crowd. I'm going to go in my own way. The problem with that path, this supposed path of independence and autonomy, is that is a very selfish, self-centered way to live your life. So now the focus is all on you, and I'm an individual, and I'll show how individual I am. Although I have to admit, it's interesting how some people in their outward approach to individuality simply end up being a part of a crowd anyway. It may be a minority crowd, but it's a crowd nonetheless. So if enough of you dress weird enough, okay, you're now in a crowd. You're in a crowd. So is that what individuality is? Just, the outside stuff? No, it's not. But to go down a path of, I'm going to be independent, what does that end up doing? It ends up focusing everything on you. And I can tell you this much, friends, you can never be success in life if your focus is only on yourself. That will never lead you to a fulfilling, successful life. The fourth path is the path of intentionality. You live your life with intention. You have a plan. You know where you're going. You know what you want your life to become. And when you move with intentionality, you experience success. You experience fulfillment because you are moving in a direction and a future that is clear to you.